In my role as Accessibilities Coordinator, I am responsible for approving accommodations for students who disclose, educating faculty and staff about disabilities, ADA, and accommodations in the classroom and on campus. I find that students transitioning to Stevens many times do not understand the difference between high school and college, including how accommodations are approved and implemented. These are a few critical changes the students need to understand. 1. Accommodations are not automatic. Students must make a formal request and participate in an interactive process, which is a meeting, to discuss their accommodations. Students are now responsible, and they, not their parents, are the point of contact. Students have the right to not have accommodations. Disability documentation is confidential and protected under HIPAA. It is not shared campus-wide, only for those who need to know. ADA laws are about access to education, but not a guarantee of graduation. While IDEA, the law that related to accommodations in K through 12 grades, focused on success and graduation. IEPs are used as a source of information, but accommodations that modify the curriculum, tests, or the pace of the program are not permitted in college. 6. Accommodations are determined based on what is reasonable and required essential skills. All essential skills must be met by all students. Faculty are permitted to develop their curriculum, courses, and programs within the standards of the college and accrediting organizations like Middle States. Stevens must also comply with industry standards as the college states it prepares students for the workplace. The skills that are emphasized in college relate to problem solving, critical thinking, and application of knowledge. Students are given information through lectures, textbooks, demonstrations, and online references. It is all of this information that is needed to help the student determine what knowledge, what skill, or what approach is needed to assess a problem or complete a task independently. Very few tests or assignments relate to memorizing information or reproducing information provided on a study guide or a test review. On the Counseling and Accessibility webpage, you will find the procedure for disclosing, how accommodations are determined, and the type of accommodations that are generally approved at Stevens. When considering accommodations, students are reviewed individually, their specific needs are taken into consideration, as well as the essential skills needed for their chosen program or specific course. Some accommodations are provided differently. Supports that a student may have had through the learning support classrooms are now offered through in-person and online tutoring, academic coaches, or members of a retention team. Tests may be read by a proctor or text-to-speech application as they are written, but they are not rephrased. Extended time is available for tests at 1.5 times the average time it takes to do the test, which is 1.5 times, and may be provided in the classroom for all students. All students must take the same tests, do the same projects, and work within the same time frame to complete assignments. All students are expected to attend classes. The student does most work outside the classroom during non-class time. Supports focus on helping the students to do for themselves. The following represents the attitude, self-discipline, and effort that contributes to a positive college learning experience. I interviewed a student to see how he was doing during the semester, and this is what he had to say. So far, my semester has been good. I really enjoy my major in CSET, which is Computer System Engineering Technology. The material is interesting and fun to learn. My difficulties were mainly in making sure that I spend all the time I think I need to study the materials given. As classes are online, it is ultimately only my own motivation that decides whether I succeed or fail. So far, I think I have been doing good on that aspect. I just need to make sure I can continue to work well. The interesting material and supportive teachers have been really positive for me to make sure I stay on track. Thank you for checking in. This is a freshman who disclosed and does use accommodations. So, If you think you have a learning disability, if you have been diagnosed with a learning disability, a physical disability, a medical or mental health condition that may affect your learning, please plan to contact my office prior to taking the placement test. College will be more challenging. It will involve more reading and more work, and it will occur at a faster pace. If you had accommodations at any point in your educational experience, it may be worth putting them in place at Stevens. I always encourage potential students to review the accessibility information on the student's webpage and also review career and program choices based on personal strengths. Should Stevens become your college home, I encourage contacting me at shook@stevenscollege.edu. I look forward to working with you in the future.